So, guys, now that we went to the central forward part.
Yeah, and I have to add that late Vaiana is overrated, highly overrated.
Oh, really? He's not as good as they say?
He's a good keeper, but he's a bit of a whiner. So
he doesn't get any shots anymore, so we don't even know if he's good or not. Maybe he drops a few levels.
I had one shot against him last season and scored. And
yeah, that was a header from like half line or something.
Yeah, easy goal. Bad keeper.
Yeah, bad keeper. I agree.
Okay, guys, but you spoke about goalkeeper mistakes. Tell me about some central forward mistakes you see happening a lot on your mates.
I think a common mistake is both forwards going for the same ball and making an unnecessary fight for it. Happens a lot. A lot of forwards likes to score a lot.
Wow.
So that's a problem.
I didn't expect that on a high level.
Well, some people are egoistic. I would also say one common mistake is that people don't shoot when they have the chance. Instead, they make some low pass, try and play beautiful or something like that, and it just ends up crap.
Mm-hmm. Any other mistakes you might have noticed? Maybe some people just don't realize they make big mistakes and someone should point them out.
Don't really know. Some people are offside a little bit too much. I am, for example, but that's not really a mistake, I would say.
In your case, you don't have a choice.
Well, actually, I'm fast nowadays, but I'm not supposed to get running balls. I don't really care if I'm offside every now and then. It doesn't bother me, and the team doesn't bother too much.
Okay, then. So I asked you about goalkeepers. Now tell me about central forwards. Who is the best?
Forwards?
Well,
I mean, except Gripen, you have to give him a lot of props. I think Booslibovic is still number one in some way. He's always scoring a lot every season.
Gripen, any names you'd like to share with us?
I don't really. I think Boos is good, but I don't know how good he and, for example, the Large is, because when they scored a lot of goals, they were basically the only scorer in the team. So of course they score a lot. But then you have other teams like I would say Fortuna, and you also have Andromeda, where you have two good strikers, which share all the goals. And of course, then the individual striker scores less goals because they have to share the goals. So I would say that Sonetto is a good attacker, definitely.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna love to hear that from you. Sonetto and any other names?
I would say Dover in Fortuna is also very good. People look at his skills and maybe don't see any super skills, but the personal skills, he's one of the best I played with.
Oh, you have to say that because he's...
No, actually, it's true.
Glad to hear that.
But he's an old player. He's been along since season 1. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, him and I think George King in Andromeda is a good striker. Sure. They play well together, so...
Yeah, that's true. So, guys...
You want us to mention bad ones?
Well, if you have any names popping up in your mind, yeah, sure.
I would say Alex Tempest is fairly overrated. He just never scores anymore nowadays. I mean, he scored a few goals season 1 and 2, but now he's just running around. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, Langen, any ideas of central?
Yeah, maybe I have to out an old friend of mine. I played with him in the Real Money. He was named Sodonjo.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst trade forward ever. Nice guy, but yeah, not good.
But what happened to him? I mean, he was so great the first 2 seasons or something, and then he just never advanced in skills.
Yeah, he had problem. He forgot to train, or he was away for long periods of time. So he was a nice guy, but he trained wrong, very wrong.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
He's quit the game now, so that's maybe why I'm daring to.
Okay, so that's why you have the courage to mention
that. He's the old manager of Fortuna as well. I think he was the first manager of Fortuna.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, in FID, what amount do you think Fight for the Ball is won by attributes, luck, or positioning?
Who starts?
This is Gripen's subject, so...
Yeah, I think that the luck factor is higher than people think. I have... in average, I have around 50% won fights, and this includes good defenders as well as bad defenders. Sometimes I don't even win a single ball, even though I'm twice as good as the defender in fighting skills, and sometimes I win 4 fights in a row against the best defender in the
Isn't
world.
that so positioning? Does that...
I don't think so, because I can't really say it, but I don't think that positioning has much to do at all with fights. I think that as long as you're in the fight, it doesn't matter where exactly you are on the arrow and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. I mean, it matters when you can push out people out of fights, but in the
but then there isn't even any fights. So
yeah, exactly. So in the fight itself, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh. Langen, how much do you think is luck? How much do you think is attributes then, if positioning doesn't matter?
It's a good question. I haven't been training strength that much. I just started, or I've been training for a while, but it's been a bit of a luck, and it's rough when you don't know if it's luck or skill. It would be nice if they clarified you won it because you were good, or you won it because you got lucky. So there's something I would like to see in the game engine. I don't mind if it's a lot of luck, but I would like to know in case if it's luck or not.
Well, that's for fights for the ball, but what about scoring?
I mean, scoring is a lot of luck right now. I think even bad strikers or bad midfielders tend to score a lot, just shooting through the keepers.
Yeah.
I think skills and shooting are overrated at the moment. You can't really use them. Or underrated.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if you just get a shot on goal, then that's a big thing. I mean, you can be very, very far away. If you just get a shot on goal, then that's good for the team, because there's so big chance that it's going to go in because of luck.
That's interesting. Puts the central forward job in a different perspective for me, at least. Because now that you guys mentioned all these things, it kind of seems like you guys are super overrated in building a game strategy and everything.
But scoring isn't so much. I mean, of course, it has to do with the attacker, but not only, because the fact that I have scored a lot of goals lately is not because of me. It's because I get so many balls from my teammates. I mean, if I get 50 balls thrown at me, of course I'm going to win 15 of those and score on those. I mean, any forward would do that. So I don't think it's my skill necessarily that makes me score that much.
Yeah, I agree with him. You can put me and Gripen in a team with a bad defense, and we're just going to stand on the midline and wait for the ball all game long. So,
Yeah, like Andromeda does lately. Who's going to win the UFCL then?
That's pretty clear. I would say Fortuna is the favorites, and we're definitely going to try and win it again.
Now that's
I think the last final is going to be the two teams in the last final are going to be fighting for a final spot this year too. So I would say Fortuna probably.
What about the English teams?
Hendon is pretty good right now, but I think the English league is a bit away from the Swedish league at the moment. I would even say it's a bit overrated.
Is it? Everyone brags about England being super awesome, and isn't it?
No, at the moment we aren't. We are on the way to become a good league, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of managers and active players, and we're not there yet. A couple of teams are, but not the league in itself.
Oh, it'd be interesting to know. Guys, in that case, thank you very much for accepting my invitation finally, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, next time, guys, we're probably going to talk about managers. See you then.